Hi, how's it going? And welcome to this week's edition of Question of the Week. Tom, what do you got for us?
Question of the week is there a location that you would never investigate?
Ooh, I like that question. Location I would never investigate. Yeah, I think everyone's got a location you never investigate. Mine being, I'm a New Yorker, I would never investigate Ground Zero, 9/11, World Trade. Won't do it. Not because I'm afraid, just because it's too soon. And I wanted to see that in my lifetime, so I just feel like if we did get something, most likely it's going to be intelligent, and if you get a message, how do you pass that along? And if you do pass it along, how is that person going to react to it? And if public opinion gets, an idea what the hell you're doing down there, not too good. So, I would never, I've been asked many times if I ever would, in presentations we do, if we would ever investigate Ground Zero, and I won't do it.
Yeah.
It's mine.
That's mine too. Ground Zero. I have a rule. Anything that occurred after my date of birth, I won't investigate it. That's kind of my line. Tragedies. I mean, regular investigations, whatever. Urban myths, whatever. But like anything that's tragic, by TWA Flight 800, whether it be that, whether it be World Trade Center, I won't do it. It's too new. Families are still alive. And like Mike said, you're asking somebody to give you a sign, or do you have a message to pass along? I mean, it's one thing whenever, a spirit's been gone for a couple hundred years, there's nobody you can really relay that message to. You get a response from somebody asking you to reach out to somebody, you're not in this field to just look for ghosts. It is now your responsibility to find that person and pass that message on. It is. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you're taking that responsibility among yourself. You're asking those questions. You better be damn well prepared to do something about it if you get a response.
And the consequences that go along with it.
Yeah. So, those are mine. I agree. 9/11, Ground Zero. No, I'll do it. Shannon?
So I don't like boats. Like old boats. I mean, I like them, but I don't know. I feel like such a weird energy. We went to, where did we go? With all those little boats. South Street Seaport. And they had like submarines there and all the other stuff. And I have like anxiety galore when I'm inside of that thing. I feel.
It's about Florida, Mass.
I don't know.
USS Massachusetts.
Is that by the Intrepid?
I don't like boats.
No, it was in Massachusetts, I think.
We were somewhere and there was boats and we went on it during a day tour and I got off the boat. Like I was being such a brat and worse than that, and I just couldn't handle like the anxiety from being like too much energy in such a small confined spot. Boats. That's my fate.
Interesting.
Andy, what about you?
Probably the only place I wouldn't investigate would be the Amityville Horror House, because it's just like the most done to death, overhyped thing out there. And I'm sorry for those of you out there if you think it's like the real deal, but no, just no. Sorry.
Throwing shade.
Disclaimer, everyone's investigation opinions are theirs and theirs alone.
Rocco?
I'm gonna take a bit of a pass. I need that to,
There's nothing you won't investigate,
to
is what you said.
stew a little more.
Alright. Whoever.
My mind immediately went to World Trade Center, but I think it's like really, I feel uncomfortable with any place that's like recent tragedy. Like it comes across as like opportunistic, like we're trying to take advantage.
Yeah.
I was on Oahu a couple months ago, and I had the opportunity to visit Pearl Harbor,
Okay.
and like it was the same thing. Like they were advertising ghost tours, and it's just something
Right.
is really uncomfortable about it.
Mhm.
That being said, old tragedies, I would love to investigate where the Titanic went down. I think that would be super cool.
Right on.
Unfortunately, you'd have to get on a boat and then Shannon.
Then hire James Cameron to go down the bottom.
exactly.
I would definitely do that.
I would.
Not even, I feel like you don't even have to go down into the ocean. I feel like if you just took an expedition of where it hit the iceberg, where it sank,
Yeah.
just that area alone,
Mhm.
I feel like you could possibly pick up some residual screaming and whatever else went on.
Mhm.
Rose blowing her whistle.
You know? But that'd be a cool place. Yeah.
No.
Just-
I've been trying to think. I don't think there's anything that I wouldn't investigate. I mean, I guess 9/11 would be the obvious, but Ground Zero would be the obvious answer. I think I would do it. I mean, if it came down to the point where I got something intelligent, because I don't agree with you that it would probably be intelligent. I would think it would be more residual than anything else, because it's such a scarring location that the absolute chaos and just insanity of those few hours,
Right.
it had to have scarred that place. And I would think personally that it would just be residual more than anything else. So that in itself would just, to me, would just be evidence. Tragic evidence, but just evidence. But in the case that if I did get something intelligent, I would have no personal quarrels with searching down for that person
Mhm.
and saying, look, I'm a paranormal investigator. I researched, or I investigated Ground Zero. I have something that you might want to hear, and then just leave it at that. If they choose to hear it, that's fine. I'll show it to them, and I'm just bringing them the information. They can ask me whatever they want, but I have no input for that. This is what I found. You can make of that what you wish. It opens up new wounds. I mean, it's like you said. It is your job at that point to bring that information to them
Yeah.
and give them the option.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
But that being said, I can't think. Besides that, I couldn't think of anything else that I could possibly validate not investigating. And even that, like I said, I wouldn't mind.
What
So
about like the death camps in Germany?
I would love to.
I don't think I would do that.
I would love to.
I
Auschwitz?
think
Yeah,
we brought this up.
I don't
we
think
brought
I'd do
this up
that.
I
on
would
the drive
investigate
about
Auschwitz.
investigating Auschwitz. I said
I would
that.
do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I would love
I
to.
would.
Because, I mean, there's so many voices there that have just been unheard for.
Yeah, that's true.
And the reason why
Oh,
it's
I
at a place like Ground Zero where you would get intelligent haunts is because there are people that died so quickly from whatever those planes hit. They don't know what happened. They're still shocked.
That,
They
even when
could
the
be
building
walking around
fell,
or
they
falling
didn't
down.
look
and,
like.
you know, there's still that
Sure.
not for them if they're on the other side, that not knowing what exactly happened to them,
Maybe.
and they could be looking for answers as well.
That's a possibility. But isn't it, not to make this too long, but isn't it our job as paranormal investigators to try and help them give closure?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
absolutely.
I was gonna say.
So why would you not go?
Public scrutiny.
Well, I think like
Public scrutiny. You
Yeah.
walk around Ground Zero with a K2 meter and an EMF meter in order to record.
Now we're talking specifics.
You're
though.
gonna
I
get-
mean,
You're gonna get tackled.
You will get ripped to shreds.
I would
I would
be-
say something to somebody if I saw it. And I'm a paranormal
let's say you were
investigator. 50 years.
investigating the church, okay, and you happen to get something, and you're not necessarily right on the grounds.
Well,
You know, I would. I kind.
me
It's a
and
touchy
Tom,
situation.
me and
I
Tom
go-
had
I
this
go both
conversation, or something similar to it, and he said to me, he's like, "What if they called you and said they wanted to know,
Who?
and they invited
Like
you?"
the curator.
The curator.
3,000 something people?
No, say like
The
the curator
curator
of the
of the
museum.
museum.
They don't have that right to make that decision. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have that right to make that decision.
But
They don't.
what's the you know? But then at the same time, you have something that happened like Fort William Henry. That was a major traumatic event for people, and the museum curator reached out to us.
1756.
But right, but they still technically on. But what you're saying is they don't have the right. They technically don't have the right because they don't have the permission from their family members. I understand what you're saying, but I'm kind of playing both sides. Like I could see both sides of it clearly, and I agree with both sides.
Too new. It's too new. I didn't lose anybody there. But if I did, and I saw somebody there, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
That would set me over the edge. It's too soon. I know it's like 17 years ago. To me, it's too soon. It's just too soon. Not in my lifetime. Maybe 100 years from now. You know, when Pearl Harbor happened, I'm sure if paranormal field was big back then, people will feel the same way. And that was a military base. That's expected for shit to happen. This was different. This is a terrorist attack. You know, Fort William Henry was a fort. It's gonna happen there. You know, when you talk about civilians being involved, I have a tough time with that.
It's easier to separate yourself from too because we're talking about the British and the French. Like it's not even. It was before the
It
Revolutionary
was
War.
the only
Like
thing that
but
could
we
come
were
to my
at
mind.
war.
I'm
It
not
was a
at all
wartime.
comparing Fort William Henry to 9/11. Let's get
Right.
that.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell I'm comparing that to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anything that has happened in this world. It's a very emotional thing
Yeah.
for people, but I'm just saying I could see both sides. I could
Yeah.
see where you would want to help these people, these spirits get closure, their families get closure. If somebody came up to me with an audio recording of my dad because they investigated on his headstone and they said we figured out who you are and we have something.
Yeah.
I would want to hear it, you know, but I'm
Right.
both sides. I could see that it's too soon, but at the same time, if somebody did do it and they got the evidence of it and they shared it with people, I think that would be, if the people wanted to hear it, that's good.
I look at numbers. And World Trade Center site, how many people passed away? Like 3,000, like 3,200, something like that. Out of that amount of people that lost their lives and the family members, I can guarantee the majority of them wouldn't want it. That's just where I'm at. It's not like-minded like we are. It's different. Most people still in public eye today don't look at the paranormal field and ghost hunting and contacting the dead a good thing, you know. They don't want it, you know, and I don't know. That's where I stand on it.
Right.
That's not to say, like, if you investigate the Millennium Hotel right there, you know, yeah, you're going to pick up stuff. Absolutely. You know, but the intent's different. I don't know.
What do you got, Tom?
So, me, I mean, I wrestle with this one. I mean, all the points everyone's made, I've pretty much made to myself
Right.
since we had this conversation. And what I've decided was the investigator in me would investigate anywhere and want to know. But the human side of me would have a hard time doing the World Trade Center, doing site of a school shooting, something like that.
Right.
Just because it is so recent, it is so raw. And I may not want to hear some of the things that we would get personally, not only for the family members, but myself. I mean, it might be a bit much. So, you know, it would be tough. Like if they came to us and said, "Can you come do this?" I would definitely ponder it. I just don't know if I could go through with it.
Yeah.
But who would ask you?
Anyone. I mean,
Like you can get one family member that says, I need you to do this, and you're gonna have 10 other ones that say, don't you dare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the ratio you're gonna hit, you know. And, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. I get what you're saying, you know, like
it's also context too. Like if someone was doing a ghost tour, paid ghost tour, I'd have a big problem with
I
it.
have a
If
huge
you
problem with
profited-
that. Absolutely.
But if you were doing it under the pretense of trying to help someone, whoever it is,
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Right.
I get that.
But then again, it's
Yeah.
it's that big question on who's allowed, who should do it.
Right.
Because if you say anybody on TV, I mean, you're dead wrong, unfortunately, realistically. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's the right person to do that? Who's the right person that should do it? You know?
Right.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You
Yeah.
know? I don't do it though.
All right. What do you guys think? fire off with your answers down in the comment section below. Let us know what you thought of this video, what you think of the question. It definitely makes you think. This is definitely one of our more heated discussions that we've had. With that being said, and you like what you see and you're following all the content here on our page, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button. And if you like that and you want to get notified, just click the little bell in the right hand corner. This way you know when we have a video posted. If you're not aware, our videos will be posted on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays of every week. Alright? Thank you guys for joining us this time, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.